This update brought to you by apple juice and grape juice.
There's this thing called a hook, and that was the perfect hook. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mind Hive. This week's update, we're going to be going over some stuff that we've done with Flow and talking a little bit about Sync. Please make sure to like and subscribe and join us on our next update as we continue to develop this platform. Matt, what's going on?
Okay. Flow. In the past week, we've been rolling out a bunch of features specifically for we've been planning out a bunch of stuff for HyvSync. So that's really been the focus, but obviously the development for Flow has been happening in the background. We've put it kind of on the back burner because HyvSync has taken up most of most of the team's efforts, but obviously we have a product out there right now for people to use. It's app.hyvflow.com and trying to get people on board. So one of the first things we ran into is had a bit of an issue with people onboarding through the mobile application. So it turns out when you go in and you don't use the Google verification, and you actually have to go through and manually create it, you're not able to get past certain fields. Like you're not able to get past what time zone you're in or what country you're in. And the guy who was experimenting with it reached out to me and he said he was on an Android device using a Chrome browser on that device. So one of the things that we are starting to work on at least is trying to fix that problem. So we're aware of the problem. Get into it. Feedback.mindhive.com. It's in there. We're tracking it. And so that's probably going to be resolved in the next week, hopefully. But we will keep you updated. I promise. With every fiber of my being.
Thank you to the guy who notified us of the problem. Seriously, thank you for everybody who's provided feedback. As Matt said, feedback.mindhive.com, or if you already have a HyvFlow account, you can go to the bottom left of the application where you see the support and the feedback links, and you can click those, go in and provide the feedback that you've got. We greatly appreciate it because it helps us develop the application for what you need, and it helps us identify bugs and those types of things. So truly appreciate all the help you guys are providing. It's been awesome.
Okay. Big update from this past week has been the ability to filter and sort tasks within the Kanban board. So obviously people use the application in very different ways. They care about certain tasks more than others. They might care about priority. They might care about alphabetical order. They might care just for ease of organization. They might care about who's assigned to what product. So what I gave to the team last week was, hey, give me a way to rack and stack these tasks in the Kanban board at least, and be able to filter or organize those tasks. So that exists right now. Right now, you have the ability to sort by the date a task was created, when it was last updated, what the priority is, the tags that are associated with it. So you can prioritize bugs, or you can, in my case, you can prioritize bugs or whatever tag that you go in and create, you can now sort by that. So that's a new feature. Seems to be working out pretty well so far. And we're going to keep tweaking it, make sure it meets your requests as the users. So please give me that feedback. Give me that sweet, sweet little feedback. Sweet. Next, we've been working on the update comments. So anybody who's used Teams, anybody who's used Slack, anybody who's used any one of those chat applications or project organization applications know that when you have a task, the important thing is that you can see what the task is, as well as what progress has been made on it. So right now, within the task, on the right-hand side of the task itself, you can open up an updates bar and you can go in and type and enter those updates. And it also automatically generates updates based on whether or not you've updated the status, if you've assigned somebody to it, that kind of stuff. What we've done in the past week is we've now introduced the ability to edit tasks. So you can now go in and within 5 minutes, you can go in and edit your comment that you put in that update. So you manually type out what you've done in the past while, realize you've about 5 minutes, you've made a mistake. You've got 5 minutes to go in, edit that comment. You've got 5 minutes to go in and delete that comment. You can now also reply to that comment. So say somebody asked something, say somebody posited a question earlier in the updates, you can go in, you can respond to that question. And what we've got right now is it's kind of bucketed underneath. You can kind of create a thread underneath the comment, a thread of replies. So that's out. That's working. We're iterating it on a little bit to make it more user friendly. But yeah, that's one of the other big deliverables that our team pushed out this past week. What we've also done is you need the ability to reference other tasks within your task. So say you've got multiple tasks that deal with something similar or something related. Now you can copy paste a link into that task, and you can make that link an actual URL, selectable URL, where you go in, you click it, and it'll redirect you to the task that it was referencing. So that's in there right now. Again, making some tweaks to it, making it more user-friendly, but it's functional, which is hugely helpful for the related tasks. Now I don't have to create a whole new task, or I don't have to create a full paragraph explaining what the other task says, so that somebody who is assigned to that task knows what I was talking about. Now I can just set the link and say, hey, check this out. Here's the other task, reference it here. And then finally, we've released our MVP for Flow. We want to make it abundantly clear that this is a beta. So now we have a little beta indicator at the top. This is a beta website. One day it'll be an alpha website. One day it'll be an omega website, maybe, if we're good enough. But right now it's a beta website, and that is indicated at the top.
When does it hit Sigma level?
I said omega, not sigma. Dang.
Perfect.
Okay, as for HyvSync, Drew, can you give us a quick breakdown of what your idea is? Stand by. So that everybody is tracking. Drew is the ideas guy. Drew comes up with all the big ideas. My job, I talk to people. I translate Drew's ideas into functional products. So Drew, take us away for a little bit on what you view sync as being.
Okay. Before I get into that, I'm going to touch a little bit on the flow and the activity section of Flow, where you can make comments and it tracks your activities and all that. So first and foremost, Flow, again, we're really trying to build this application for the project managers out there, for the entrepreneurs and freelancers, the folks who really are going to be using this to track their day-to-day stuff, right? All the projects they've got going on. So because of that, we are consistently iterating on making it the most efficient platform that we can. So we're counting clicks. We are looking at how hard it is to copy and paste things. We are looking at how does this function relate to another function in terms of like dependencies and things of that nature, right? The idea being that we want to give you, the user, the ability to use the platform in as deep of a way as possible or as simple as possible, so that is works with whatever you're trying to do. So again, we keep hitting on this. Really appreciate the feedback we've received. Really appreciate everyone who's come in and made comments and reached out to us. Thank you so much. Please continue to do that. It helps us to move this product forward. And there'll be a lot more features that are coming down the pike. But for now, what we've got, you guys have been doing great. Thank you so much for all of that. Okay, to HyvSync. So we put HyvSync on a pause a few weeks ago in order to reevaluate what we were going to be doing with HyvSync. Now, to kind of give you some context and history on this, originally, MindHive was going to be a marketplace of sorts, and we figured we could improve upon the current marketplaces that were out there. It is a saturated market for marketplaces, and in looking at it a little bit deeper, what we realized was it's not necessarily the marketplaces that are completely ineffective, which a lot of them may or may not be. It's everything surrounding that. And so what we found was, with entrepreneurs, freelancers, people who run businesses, there's a lot of complexity in starting it up. Even with MindHive, we have an entire team that handles the editing of this podcast. Shout out to Chad, who sits there and watches our nonsense on these as we record them. And does a great job filtering through all the nonsense so that you guys don't see it. But we've got video editors, we have designers, we have folks who are working with AI, we have folks who are doing development on the actual platform and the features. We've got a whole team of this. It's very complex. And what we realize is that there's a lot of other little things that come up during business, like building a business or doing freelance work, that is either monotonous, is convoluted, it doesn't have a streamlined process. Like, we wanted to take all these little problems that we ran into and streamline them so that you have the ability to build whatever your dream is for a business out, right? So what HyvSync is what we're building right now, is the start of all of this. It is the central piece of the entire ecosystem that is going to allow users to essentially present who they are, what they're doing, the services that they provide, the credentials behind what they can do, all of the things that make you valuable to the market, you can do that and present that on HyvSync. So what it is essentially is a super profile of you. So what we're trying to make it do is be easy to manipulate in terms of customizing it and providing data to clients. We're trying to build in marketing features. We're trying to build in marketplace features, different communication features, things that allow you to operate from a single area rather than having to have a bunch of disparate applications and disparate marketing efforts to try to get yourself out to the world. So what HyvSync will allow you to do is build that profile that displays who you are. Now, that is a tall order because we're a small team and we don't have the funding and backing of VCs, nor do we want it. We want this to be a homegrown, grassroots, user built application that serves the community in a way that is effective. And so we don't want to have to be beholden to shareholders by any means, because that doesn't trend well for the users at all times, right? It's more about the bottom dollar rather than trying to make sure that we build something that works for people. So our focus is building something that works for people and helps them grow their business. So what HyvSync is in terms of the beta release that we're going to be doing here in the next, what did we say, Matt? What was that going to be?
You said we were looking for release on the 18th.
Okay.
Yeah.
18th of March, pending any kind of delays. The beta release should be out by then. What we're looking to do initially for that is to give you the ability to build your profile and start to build that and start to put all of your information out to the world of what you are able to provide. Right. And in having conversations with entrepreneurs, freelancers, those kinds of folks, people who are driving forward on skill sets that they have or services that they want to provide, what we found was a couple of things. One, there's not a clear way and an easy way, an efficient way to go ahead and show what you do and to differentiate yourself from the crowd. If you look at other marketplaces, if you look at how we find people to do work or to buy services from, there's not an effective single location that gives you the ability to do that. We're trying to build that. We want MindHive to be the place where if you need something done, you go there and you find that person to do what you need, and you are able to effectively pick the right person for the job, right? So the other piece was that's access to work, really is what that came to, was access to work. And then the other piece was customization
And integration, I would say. Integration across the entire ecosystem.
Yeah, and integration across the entire ecosystem. That's correct, Matt. Yeah, so an integration across the entire ecosystem, meaning that the apps that get used by people are very fragmented and don't allow you to easily integrate across the applications that you're using for your actual business. So think using a marketplace and then trying to use some sort of project management software or collaborative software in conjunction. It's owned by two separate companies. It doesn't work well. It doesn't allow you to pull metrics. It doesn't allow you to see data. We're looking at making data-driven decisions in an environment that allows you to seamlessly integrate all of the pieces of your business process in one spot. So long-winded, short story long, that's what HyvSync is. So Maddie, I hope that did it justice. Did I miss anything?
That makes complete sense. I have to say this. You're my boss. So yes, makes complete sense to me.
Right. Yes, it does. It was beautifully said, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, right. All right, very good. Thank you.
Shorts are in this.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Very nice.
No, in all seriousness, nothing to add. Seems like you nailed it. What that's going to look like from my side, and I've already started putting some thought towards this. I think the biggest piece of this is going to be, like you said, interconnectivity between the rest of the ecosystem. So when it comes to your website, and this is basically what it's going to be. It's your public profile that's going to be displayed to the entire web, similar to something that Squarespace does, but the idea being that it's integrated with some of the the task management software that we've also developed. So that would look like widgets within your homepage and within your personal dashboard that you can see how your tasks are going, what your views look like. You can make informed decisions right then and there on the application, on the one application itself, on the one ecosystem itself. And secondly, the fact that the whole thing is going to be as personalized as possible. So you decide what your public appearance looks like. We're working in conjunction with HyvBlox. Obviously, we've managed to develop several blocks or widgets, let's say, of what you want to be able to produce, what you want to be able to present, what you want your website, what you want your HyvSync profile to look like. And we've already done all that homework because we're designing a website. So we're making it available to you on HyvBlox, and we're going to make it available to you within Sync so that you could go in and add those blocks specifically and include those as part of your profiles. The idea is maximization of customization.
What we've been saying from the get-go is choose your own adventure, right? We want you to be able to choose your own adventure with our platform. We don't want to stovepipe you into some format that just standardizes you amongst everybody else that's using the platform. And we want to give you the opportunity to stand out, right? And so when we look at how markets work in general, we want you to be able to differentiate yourself in some way other than just price, right? And we also want to be able to provide, and this is where the big data analytics type stuff comes in, is we want to be able to provide you insights with your profile on how you could perform better. Now, we've got a team working on integrating AI into this as well. That's looking at how we can utilize AI to provide tips and tricks and different things that are associated with your profile that can be changed to help you boost your sales or your service, whatever it is that you're trying to do. We're trying to integrate AI in an effective way rather than just being some sort of, again, another disparate tool that you try to integrate into your process. We want to provide something that has meaningful data behind it so that you can make informed decisions. And so, again, back to the beta launch of this is right now we're building you a profile. You can build a profile. Now, understand this too. Part of the metric that we're going to be tracking with these profiles is how long you've had the profile. So, highly recommend that you join up when we decide to launch the beta platform out there so that you have a long-standing MindHive, profile. So, something to consider because it is going to be a metric that we take into consideration when we start to implement more big data analytics and those types of things into the platform. Sorry, Matt, didn't mean to just jump in there, but wanted to get that off my chest. So go right ahead, continue.
Oh, it's all good, man. You do tend to make some of the best reels / short YouTube shorts.
It's this beautiful nose of mine.
And your ability to talk. Let's be honest here. Sometimes 90% of a successful business is having somebody that's able to properly communicate the idea. And that's why
in the business world, we call it schmoozing.
So I've been appropriately
schmoozing.
schmoozed. I've been appropriately schmoozed to the point where I'm spending my evenings on a call or hammering through products.
I haven't learned the technique to schmooze and not make people drool from boredom. So I'm working on that one.
That's a lost cause, dude.
It's true. Yeah.
You've got to, you know what? I'm here. Chad's here. We've got the rest of the team that's out there. They've all signed on boards.
Yeah. Your performance evaluation's up here pretty soon, isn't it?
It's the end of the fiscal year. So I don't get performance evaluations. I just keep getting asked to come back to meetings. Anyways. All right. AI integration, providing those insights, those key insights, and recommending you guidance, providing you guidance to be able to push your business or your freelance profile or your company to the next level. That's going to be huge. It's going to be the way of the future. I can't do it with the same conviction.
Yes, it is.
So I'm glad you brought that up because one of the big things we've been working on, or we're just starting to work on, and in fact, we just spent the entire evening working on this, was developing the metrics dashboard. That's That's a huge up and coming project. Um, it'll give the user the ability to make that instantaneous informed awareness and decision making. So how you can improve your project, how you can improve your business, having those metrics provided to you, and then capitalizing on those metrics using an AI agent of some kind to provide you analysis on those metrics and give you the way forward. It's going to be huge. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be the best.
Yeah, a lot of the big tech companies have the big data analytics pretty much nailed down. I mean, for the most part, right? And so what we're trying to do is enable folks who don't exist in the big tech world the ability to view this kind of data across the platform so that they can make informed decisions. And that's for every single app that we're going to release. That's not just on HyvSync, it's on HyvFlow and on Hive Connect. We want to be able to provide analytics so that you can have the insight that you need in order to make the right decisions. And on top of that, one of the things we're trying to do is really reduce the cost of this. So, and when I say that, I'm not talking reducing the cost down to some weird subscription level. What I'm saying is that from the baseline free account that we'll have, you will have the ability to get up and moving effectively. And then the features that are going to be something that's, a paid for feature of some sort. Again, we are not there yet, but in the future, when we have these, like that's going to be when you grow. That's not going to be something that you have when you start off. We want to make sure that you're able to actually get off the ground. And I think one of the things that we realized is when our users are successful, we will be successful. And that's really what we're trying to build here is something to get you moving forward. You see all of these gurus out there trying to sell you different kinds of subscriptions and different courses, and they give you just enough information online to get you to buy in on the next level of whatever it is they're trying to sell. And that's all well and good. And you know what? For some people it works and for some people it doesn't. But what we're trying to do is not paywall success right from the start. We want you to be able to be successful, with our platforms. So we were talking about the 3 clicks thing, right? With being efficient. And that's like one of the things that we hold as a staple for our application. The other thing that we're trying to really get at is how do we get features to free? That's one of the things we're really working on. And we're not going to be able to do it for all features, obviously, but that's one of the goals is how do we work it so that users have the ability to have really high quality features and tools so they can be successful and not have a significant cost attached to it. So that's always been the goal for us. And when you look at how technology kind of evolves over time, if you look at even AI with ChatGPT and all these other AI applications, they have a paid subscription that paid feature eventually becomes free because an efficiency gets built in. We're trying to do the same thing here as much as possible from the get-go. That's really one of the goals of MindHive is, again, giving you the ability to get your business off the ground and be successful in the most efficient and effective way possible. And then in line with that, providing the roadmap necessary to get there, right? And then also the differentiating factors involved with whatever business you're trying to build or whatever kind of service you're trying to sell.
No,
Sorry, continue, please.
I mean, at this point, I was just going to harp on the features to free tagline, which I love, and I think our marketing team is going to love as well.
I think that the fact that we've had features to free being our tagline for a while, right?
You
It certainly did not just come up in this podcast.
Yeah, yeah. It's got the alliteration and everything. Alliteration,
Chad, please mark features to free as one of our taglines for the website. Thanks.
No, to be honest, man, like we got this far using free features. I think we pay for a couple.
Yep. 100%.
We pay for a couple like enterprise email ecosystems. We pay for one or two applications, but everything that we've done here has been on the backs of free project management software, free whiteboarding software. No, we've done this all using free features. So we want to give the users, the mind hivers, the hivers. We want to give the hivers the ability to do the same thing on our platform, but just integrate as much as possible and then provide you the AI analytics, the AI enforced guidance to be able to make those decisions that you can use to succeed. What our entire thing, our entire mantra approaching this has been that we want our users to succeed. That's what we're in this for. We're a couple bootstrappers with a big dream of making the world just a little bit more, just a little bit better, making it a little bit easier for you as a small business owner or a freelancer to grow your brand, to grow your platform. Yeah. Be like, again, our our sugar daddy's not going to like this, but we're not in this to make big bucks. We are in this for you, for the users. And that's, yeah, again, that's why your feedback is so important to this. We want this to be your platform.
We just won't show him this video, okay?
He doesn't watch the YouTube videos anyways. It's fun. We're all a little bit neurospicy here. Okay.
Neurospicy.
So we're trying to design that profile in a way that it's easier for you as the user to manipulate what your page looks like when presented forwards. So that's really is going to be the big focus, is kind of defining what the profile looks like, what your personal dashboard looks like, making it as customizable as possible. And we're going to keep iterating away on that in the background. And then hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, we'll have a beta ready for you on the 18th of April. But in the meantime, HyvFlow is up and live. Feedback.mindhive.com. Go in there, use the application as much as possible. Provide us your feedback. I'll take anything and everything you can give me.
Subscribe. Oh my God, please subscribe. We just want to see it. We just want to see all the numbers go up. God.
This is true. We started a web-based application.
I know.
We're not a brick and mortar store
I know.
where you and I live in different time zones. Our dev team lives in a different country. This whole thing is online. Our users are going to be North America based, global based, around the entire
It's
world.
not this. That's not that. I just hate you.
Hmm.
The worst.
Listen, man. The feeling is so mutual. I definitely don't spend hours on Teams calls with you.
I don't know why we're friends. Like,
I don't spend hours on Teams calls with you because I enjoy your company.
you cost me so much therapy time.
That is not me. That is your ex-wife.
Okay. All right.
I am looking forward to coming down to visit you, though.
All right. So thanks, Matt, for all the updates. Really appreciate it, man. All the hard work you guys are putting in. And in no way has this podcast been edited to remove the nonsense that happens outside of it. So take it for what you will. Appreciate everybody who's given us feedback again. Please go onto our app, try it out, see how it works for you, see what you like and what you don't like. And please just send us a message. Let us know what you guys think. And trust me, we take that feedback extremely seriously. And then next week, I think maybe we'll have some updates in regards to Hive Connect. And I'll kind of leave that one hanging there. So, but yeah, man. Thanks for the updates. And everybody, please, if you want to make sure you are keeping track of what we're doing, please like and subscribe. And we promise we'll try to make these funnier, I think.